Hey guys, this is Sean. I'm doing a Ocean Bucks reveal, or Ocean Butts, I guess, whatever you want. So that was the result of the little treasure hunt retweet thing, and what it ended up being was an entity. And I was going to talk about one of the entities that are used in the ocean. And the one that we picked is called Pew, like a laser. Basically all it is it's basically just a stationary source that shoots these objects at timed intervals. And if you touch them, they change your energy balance. And for those who aren't familiar, the more white you have, the higher you jump, slower you move left and right. And the more you have of the purple, the faster you move to the left and right, but the lower you jump. Anyways, I want to talk a bit about this entity in particular. So if we open up the editor and we click on Pew, we can see that it has 6 properties. So the first property is just the direction, and if I change it, I can change the direction that it shoots in. The second property is just the bullet speed. So if I change that, the bullets shoot a lot faster. The second one is the firing pattern. There's only 3 patterns. It's just all white, all purple, or alternating. 3 is the viz type. It doesn't. What I mean by that is the sprite sheet that it uses, and there's only one right now. But the reason that we have so many is that if you want later on, when you're modding the game, you can put your own sprite sheets and animations in, and then you would just change the viz type to a different number. 4 is the max bullets that can be on screen, and 5 is the firing interval, so how fast do the bullets come out. Yeah, so in that case, much faster. Anyways, okay. So that's the basic structure of these things, and kind of just made up some little quick level design example for these guys. So you can tell that already they kind of act as an obstacle, in that, if you get hit too many times, then you die, or you get overdosed of energy. At the same time, they can also lend themselves to different play styles. So if you're in this room and say that you want to get up here for whatever reason, go to the top, and let's just assume that for the sake of displaying that I can't walk on these tiles because there's something bad, like something that'll kill me. So of course you're going to want to, go this way and kind of make your way across. And when you're making your way across, you want to make sure the shield, is locked to the left, so that you're not getting hit by these bullets as you're jumping. So that's one way you can go through it, but to some players, maybe there's, over here, you can change your alignment more towards the purple side, and as a result, you jump a lot faster, and so you can kind of get through them more quickly. I guess a kind of a trade-off is that when you are more towards the dark, horizontal movement is a little harder to control because you're moving so fast. So maybe someone is playing, and they don't want to move that fast because they're not speedrunning, and they just want to be a little more careful. Because if you fall down here, right, you might get hit by those bullets, or you might get hit by the spikes on the bottom, or whatever's on the bottom. And so you can, change your alignment more towards white. And when you're white, you have more horizontal control, although you move slower. So that makes it a little bit easier to jump through here. And so this is a pretty simple example. for a level, but generally that's kind of what we're getting at with the level design in even the ocean, is sort of kind of like platforming rooms that they're not phrased in a way to have one solution. You can play it in many different ways. It's kind of like a dynamic, it's kind of like a critical thinking problem in school. And by that I mean, there's not one right or wrong answer to getting through it, So, there's a lot of platformers that are on, like, precision, and, there's one way to do it, and you gotta just master the key presses. Whereas, what we're trying to go for more here is something where, it's more of just, like, noticing what balance or what state you're in, and then, maybe you want to modify that if you want to suit whatever playstyle you want, and you can go through it differently. So if you saw here, this was accidental, but since I have more of the purple energy, I can actually make that jump. Well, I didn't make it there, but, or I can just go back the normal way. This way that I was going before. So yeah, there's lots of other entities, of course, that I will talk about in future videos, I hope. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the plans for the demo. So we would like to have a demo out, and maybe multiple short ones, and the first one would probably be sort of like a motion demo, so one where we just set up a small little level, and you can kind of just jump around and stuff and interact, kind of give an idea for what the ocean is. Later on, we might want to do a demo of Even, which is still heavily in development. And then in the end, I think we'd like to release an editor demo. So something that gives you all these tools to go and make your own levels. But there's some programming work I have to do to make that more possible. But those are sort of the plans. I'd like to get sort of a motion demo out within the next month and send that off to the press so we get some acknowledgement, I guess. And people kind of get a feel for what we mean by these energy mechanics. And then we're also working on Even, so hopefully we can figure out a way to phrase that game as a demo. Anyways, if you're interested in testing in the future, feel free to tweet at me or email me at anodynegame@gmail.com. I'll put that in the video comments. And of course, share this video. The more followers there are, the more ocean bucks there will be, and the more ocean bucks there will be, the more of these videos I will make. More information, more detailed videos, more than the silly screenshots on the TickSource thread. So, yep, thanks for watching, and see you next video.